Do you accept that you were non-physical energy before you came into this body? And do you understand that you didn't just blunder in? Do you get it that some sort of creation was happening from that non-physical vantage point before you got here? In other words, can you see that there was a vibrational essence of the very you that was born into your physical body before the you that was born into your physical body was the you that was born into your physical body? In other words, prepaving was happening even before you got here. And now we just want you to understand that while you are here, now from your vantage point, you are prepaving your future experience still. In other words, Source is still still very much in on what's happening to you next. Only now, instead of just non-physical projecting pure positive energy into the creation of you, now you in your physical form are projecting the creation from where you stand. First time we've said it to you that way, we want you to understand the creator that you are. So, here you are in your physical body, knowing what you don't want, which helps you to know what you do want. And every time you synthesize or sift through this wonderful contrast, you build or create this future manifestation, but present vibrational you. You get that? Future manifestation, but current vibrational you. And we are going to call this vortex of creation. We've been calling it your vibrational escrow, your vibrational reality. We just want you to get the sense that you are projecting you forward, and the non-physical part of you already went. In other words, when you're sick in your physical body, you ask for wellness, and the non-physical vibrational version of you accepts that wellness immediately and becomes it. Everything that you know as reality was vibrational reality first. And you, because of your emotions, have keen access to your relationship between where you stand right now in your physical, manifested this far body and who you have really become. We wrote a book a few years ago, and we gave it the best title that was ever given to a book. It was called Ask and It Is Given. And it tells that story, that when you ask from your contrasting experience, when you ask, it is given in such a full sense that the non-physical part of you literally becomes it. So whenever you feel negative emotion, it always means one important thing to you. It means you haven't yet become it. When you ask, it is given, and the source within you becomes it. But if you feel afraid, if you feel angry, that negative emotion is your indicator you're not up to speed with what you have become. We call this gathering the art of allowing. It's the art of allowing, consciously, deliberately allowing you, here in your physical body, to get up to speed with who, not just who you were before you were born, which was very much up to speed, we want to tell you, but with who you have become since you have been here projecting improvements and expansion and evolution into that which you are. If you are little and someone's rude to you, you ask for a nicer world, and you create you in a nicer world. But if you keep noticing rude people, then you keep holding yourself in resistance to the nicer world that you carved out when you were very young. If someone really mistreated you when you were little, and you've been beating that drum ever since, when people introduce themselves to you, you say, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I was abused when I was 12. So even though it happened a long time ago and caused you to launch rockets of desire and become a much more well-treated person, if you keep beating the drum of that abuse day after day, year after year, decade after decade, what happens is you for years hold yourself as a vibrational resistant component to this vortex of creation that you've been creating. Every time you don't have enough money, you ask for more. You have created a veritable fortune in your vortex of creation. And the reason that we're calling it a vortex is because law of attraction is responding to the central theme of it. And what's the central theme in your vortex? The expanded version of you, the healthier you, the more prosperous you, the more loving you, the worthy feeling you. In other words, life has caused you to become this, but often you're so enamored with your physicality. Abraham, I can see and I can smell, I can taste, I can feel, I can touch. I'm tactile. Look around me. Here is my world. And we say, you're only looking at a small part of your world. You're looking at the so far manifested world. You're looking at the world you have allowed to become based upon the vibration that you chronically hold to, based upon your beliefs. But your physical manifested world could match this vortex of creation that you've been adding to all day, every day. You could be standing in this physical body and you could be a worthy feeling being. You could feel secure. You could be flexible. You could be mobile. You could be incredibly prosperous. You can be the creator of your own reality. You just have to understand the two vibrational realities that are going on, and you've got to make them match. So this vortex of creation, we're really enjoying this analogy because it helps us to help you to understand that you've become more than you're often letting yourself be. And in order to be all that you are, you got to get in the vortex. But in order to get in that vortex, you've got to be a vibrational match to that vortex, because law of attraction is assembling all cooperative components. So you've put plenty of requests for abundance there, and vitality and clarity and well-being. And law of attraction is gathering all of the cooperative components to that. But if you're over here beating the drum of, I don't have enough right now, and I'm worried about where I'm going to get it, and it has not been good for me for a long time, and the people around me are having a hard time too, then without even meaning to, you're holding yourself by virtue of your observation of what is or what has already manifested for you. You're holding yourself in observation of your physical world in vibrational resistance or opposition to your non-physical vortex of creation. Esther loves it when she comes back to a city like this or back to her hometown and sees that landmarks are still there. In other words, it's nice to feel the stability of your physical reality. But you get so caught up in the stability of your physical reality that you don't let yourself expand proportionate or in the timing of your true expansion. When you ask for something, it's given now. Why don't you go where it's given? And then when we ask the question, are you enjoying the contrast of your time and place? Are you enjoying your new desires? You would say, yes, I am. I'm enjoying my new desires because I get one and I receive it, and then I get another idea and I receive it, and I get another idea and I receive it. Life's good out here on this leading edge of creation. So if there are things that you have been wanting that are not showing up, are taking way too long, or not seeming to show up at all, it's for only one reason. You've got a habit of thought. That's what beliefs are. A chronic thought that you keep thinking, usually based upon something you're observing. In other words, where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it. It's not here. Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see it. It's not here. 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 I don't see it. Do you see it? 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 I don't see it. I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it. 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 I've wanted it a long time, but I don't see it. I've wanted it for so long, I'm sick of wanting it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. It's not here. I've never seen it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Takes too long. It's too hard. I don't see it. Do you see it? I don't see it. And in your observation of what's currently happening, you train yourself into the vibration that opposes it. So, you know what that makes you? That makes you an uncooperative component to what's going on over here. You don't mean to be. You've just been practicing it for so long that it just feels normal to complain. It feels normal to tell it like it is. Let's make a monument. A bad thing happened. Let's make a monument. Let's make a monument about how bad it was. Let's make a holiday for the monument. Let's make a law so that everybody has to know on this day that this monument represents that bad thing that happened. And as you hold yourself to things of the past or the present that are not a vibrational match to who you have become, not only do you not get to live anytime soon what you're asking for, but even more, you feel the discord of you not keeping up with you. Now, sometimes you think, well, I don't think I should have to do all of this work. I think I should be able to stay over here and just complain to the universe or to Source or to my inner being, complain to God like I used to complain to my mother. It worked with her. If I complained long enough, she'd give up the stuff. But when you are talking with law of attraction, you cannot be a cooperative component to what you want while you complain, or while you justify, or while you defend, or while you continue to beat the drum of why you need it or why you deserve it. In other words, you can't keep amplifying the absence of what you want or the neediness or the lack of what you want and be a vibrational match. You have to talk about what you want and why you want it. You have to find some way of getting into the vortex, and that's really what we'll be talking about today, how to get into this vortex of creation. Do you understand that in that vortex is not just where what you want is, it's where who you are is. In other words, your inner being is a lover, and when you find someone to hate, even though by your earth standards you are justified, others agree with you, yeah, we all hate that person. That's a true hateable person. And we say, Source within you does not hate, and that's why hate feels to you like it does. It's the feeling of not resonance with the wholeness of who you are. It's the disallowing the fullness of who you are. So occasionally Esther says, as she stands outside her vortex, while we are standing over there inside her vortex, Esther will say, Abraham, I really think you should come over here with me because I know I'm right. This is true. This is a true thing that I'm focused upon. And we say, we never come over there where you are outside the vortex of well-being. You have to come in where we are. We never stop being what you have become, and we never stop offering a signal of it, and we never stop, by law of attraction, summoning all cooperative components. And you, because you are the creator of the seed of this, you are called in the most powerful way eternally. But if you harbor thoughts that don't let you come, then you can't come, because you are a vibrational being, as are we. You are vibrational first and foremost, and all this other stuff, all of this physical trapping, is just the wonderful extension of creation. So we want to do a good sales job here today to not only help you to understand the reality of this vibrational reality, but the sweetness of it, the wholeness of it, the fullness of it. We want you to, today, leave this gathering understanding completely what every negative emotion you have ever felt meant. Because in every case, all it meant was you just weren't up to speed with you. You didn't let yourself, by virtue of the thought you were thinking, be all that you have become. And when life causes you to become more, you gotta be it or you're not gonna feel good. So it's always accurate to say, if your life had not caused you to become more, then you would not feel discord when you don't become it. And sometimes you know that. You say, I wish I didn't want that. I felt better before I wanted that. And we say, if you felt better before you wanted it, it only means the larger part of you wants it, and the physical part of you is denying it by virtue of a chronic thought. That's what doubt is. Doubt is the feeling that you get when you've got an opposite thought more active in you than the thought of what you really want and who you really are. Sort of get it? We're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our desire to coax you into the vortex on whatever the subject is. We have a whole bag of tricks to help you find your way in. But most of all, we want you to know that once you understand these two vibrational aspects of you, you're now going to understand everything that you've ever lived or everything that anybody else is living. In other words, there are no mysteries once you understand the laws of the universe. And the laws of the universe are very simple. Law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn. So in this non-physical vortex, everything vibrational that is likened to your desire has already been assembled. That's why we can look into your vortex of creation and let you know it is absolute that what you want is done. The expanded, evolved version of you is vibrationally completed. But then you say, but Abraham, I'm here in a physical body, in a physical world. I want manifestations around me. And we say, and they will come, but not until you cue yourself up vibrationally and become a badge to the precursor of all creation.